City vehicles are some of the most visible signs of government at work. Recycling trucks, fire engines, police cars. But in Scottsdale, you're just as likely to find city employees doing their jobs a different way. With hundreds of miles of bike lanes, paths, and multi-use trails, bikes are part of Scottsdale's DNA. It's why we're among a handful of gold-level bike-friendly cities in the United States. Combined with Scottsdale's unique events and bustling downtown, providing service on spokes is a natural.
Its evolution really comes from the idea that it's real hard for us to get fire trucks, ambulances, command vehicles into big crowds. It allows our crews to get in and out of traffic in real congested areas in a real quick manner.
We can get from the 8th hole to the 18th tee in a matter of minutes and seconds, as opposed to having an officer that has to walk through the crowd.
At Scottsdale's crowded special events, you may see a half dozen bike teams or more, using their special skills and special equipment to get the job done.
As many people have heard, our biggest enemy is time in public safety. So the quicker we can get to our patients, the better we can serve them. So if we can't get you a fire truck in a real quick time, but we can transition that manpower onto a bicycle that can navigate crowds, can navigate vehicles, parking lots, all those things, it's a huge advantage to our customer, and they're going to get the very best treatment they can in a real timely manner.
They may look like your average mountain bike, but these units are specialized for the job.
As you can see, we put a lot of equipment on the back, and so we carry an entire complement of what we consider advanced life support gear and basic life support gear. We have riders working in tandem, so you're going to get the same level of equipment that you would if we sent you a fire truck and an ambulance.
And even though most people learn to ride bikes as children, riding one in these environments takes special training.
You got to remember, at some point we're going to have 200,000 people out here, and you've got to weave through all of those people without disturbing someone's fun, without spilling a drink, without knocking off a purse, and making sure that you get there efficiently and making sure everyone's safe all at the same time. So I'm an instructor for the International Police Mountain Bike Association. So we put on a 40-hour class. Part of our training is going through cone courses that will mimic going through these crowds. And then there's some cones that you have to weave through that'll mimic going through all sorts of different people. There's uphill, downhill. We ride through our Sonoran Preserve as well. So they'll put us in about a 16-mile ride. It kind of prepares us for a long week like this.
We started off with a fairly small cadre of people that were qualified on bikes, but it's really become such a bread and butter service for us, if you will, that we're in the process of training everybody department-wide.
Scottsdale's police and fire bicycle units were so successful, they spawned another city service on spokes.
We started our bike unit back in 2009. We actually were working very closely with the police department with the vacant buildings along McDowell corridor, and we just didn't have access to get our vehicles in there. And they suggested we use our bikes, and having no bikes, they helped us find some, and we refurbished them and put them to good use ever since.
No matter the department or the activity, all of Scottsdale's bike units agree it's a different and oftentimes better way of connecting with the public they serve.
The number one priority for us is to get out there and talk to people, and it's the easiest way to do it on here because I don't have windows or radios or anything like that I have to that impede me that way. I've answered questions from what are good restaurants to all the way to how do I get from here to there. I've answered calls in different languages that I may not even speak, but it's all because I'm here behind the bike. We're that much easier to talk to.
That's a big part of our business. We want to be visible. We want to make sure that everybody knows we're there. We're there to help, and we're there to serve them.
It lets us move a lot slower and find the story behind the door, and that's the number one thing for us. And people feel more comfortable, they're going to share a little bit more, and then we can help them solve the problem a lot faster.